Hi dear students, how are you? I hope you're fine. Today we're going to have the revision about here math quarter 3. So let's start grade 7. We are having here the first question, n plus 31 equals 50. So this is equation and he asks me to solve it. Solve it means that I need to know the value of the variable. Variable here means n, the letters. So n plus 31 equals 50. How can I solve this? I need n alone. So n equal 31 will go to the other side by its positive here. So it will go with negative sign. It will go with negative sign. Change its what it changes here its yes sign. So instead of positive, it will be negative. So 50 minus 31 gives me 19, and this is very easy. Solve this equation. Let's see together. I have here, tell whether the given value, okay, you can do this. Tell whether the given value of the variable is a solution for the equation or not. I'm having here x plus 15 equals 20 and gives me the value of x if the value of x is 5. And instead of x, I will substitute it or put instead 5. 5 plus 15, and I ask myself, is it equal to here 20 or not? Yeah. So this is the right here value, x equal 5. So x here right equal 5. This is the value of the variable here. Okay, here we have to whether the given value of the variable is a solution for the equation or not. So the same here idea, instead of here 3 and instead of x, I will put what? 3. And instead of the variable x, I'll put 3. 6 times, and what about 6x? Here we have hidden multiply. 6 times 3, 18 minus 5 gives me what? 18 minus 5, 13. So what do you think? X here is right or wrong? Yes, it's right here. 3 is a solution for the equation. Here we have another kind of questions. Write the verbal sentence as an equation, then solve the equation. So we have two parts for the question. Write the verbal sentence. So twice the number r, twice number r, okay, increased by what? 15 equals negative 17. So this is how we write it. And then he asks us to solve it, not just here to write, and also to solve it. Very easy. 2r, I will take the numbers with the numbers, the like terms, and I have here negative. Instead of positive, it will be negative. It crosses the equal sign, change its sign. Negative 15 minus 17. So I have here 2r equal negative. Okay, so what about the negatives? I will add them. I lost $15, then I lost $17. 7 plus 5, 12. 112, 213. So we got here 32 negative, the total loss with negative also. How can I get the value of r? Divided the coefficient of r. The coefficient of r, the number beside r, so it gives me negative 16. So it gives me negative 16. What about this part? The inequalities. Okay, guys, when I hit the inequalities, it's the same as the equation, but we have here the less than, okay, less than, greater than, less than or equal, greater than or equal sign. Okay, here I have x less than 2. So here it means that x all numbers less than 2. If I have a number line here, so I look at here 2, I will make a circle on 2. I'll make a circle, draw a circle on 2. Here I have this is with equal or just less than, make the circle opened. Make the circle again opened, okay? And when I say x less than, go to the arrow. The arrow here goes to the left. Less than goes to the left. All we have here, so we have here 1, 0, negative 1, all these numbers less than 2. I have here x less than or equal negative 1. Less than or equal, so I'm going to have here, we start with negative 1. We make a circle on negative 1, and less than or equal, so it will be closed. Okay, all the numbers here, it's here less than, so I'm going to the left. I'm going to the left, okay? Okay, x greater than 0, so I will put an open here, an open circle on 0, and goes to the my here arrow will go to the right. All the values here are greater than 0, and so on. What about this one? Okay, now we're going to talk about the ratio. The ratio is very easy. We are comparing between what? Between the same here quantities. So the shaded, he asks me match the statement with its ratio. Shaded squares to unshaded squares. The shaded squares, how many squares shaded? We count them. Then you find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we have the shaded is 8. The shaded is 8 to what? To the unshaded, to the 12. So I started with 8, so this is the first choice, 1B. Unshaded here is the 12. I just counted the unshaded, 12 boxes. The unshaded squares to the total, so 12 to the total of them. The total squares 20, so it will be C. Total square to shaded squares, so I'm going to start with 20 to the what? To the shaded, which is 8. Easy one? I think it is. Okay, find the unit rate. What about the rate, guys? So when I talk about the rate, I need here the denominator to be, I can hear you, to be 1. When I talk about the rate, I need the denominator to be, 1. So I have here 16 letters over 2 hours. So how can I do it? Okay, I need that denominator to be 1. So 2 here divided 2 gives me 1. What I do down in the denominator, I do it in the numerator. 16 divided 2 gives me 8. So here it will be, the rate will be 1 here for each 1 hour. I have here 8 letters for 1 hour. What about here 54 and here 6? So I'm here dividing by the denominator. Okay, the denominator by 6, the numerator by the same. Why didn't we here divide it by 54? Because I need that denominator to be 1. I need here that denominator to be 1. 54 divided 6 gives me what, guys? Gives me here 9. 6 divided 6 gives me 1. So we have here 9 per pound. Okay, easy. I think it is. Here he talks about here using the equivalent ratios to solve proportions. And this is interesting too. X over 21 equals 6 times over 7. How can I get the value of x? We have two methods. The first one, we have the cross multiplication. 21 here times 6. I will write 21 times 6 the same as 7 times 6. And I have another method. I here hide the x and say 21 times 6 all over 7 gives me 6. So we have two methods. We do the easier one for us. 21 times 6, and I do the step 6 times 1, 6. 6 times 2, 12. So I have here 126. Okay, and then I have here 7x. So I'm going to, here divide both by 7. Divide both by 7. 12 divided 7, the nearest thing is what? What do you think, guys? 1. And the remainder is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is 5. So 56 divided 7 gives me 8. And you can do it also by long division. Okay, easy one. What about this one? Let's solve another one to make sure that we understood the point. Here we have 24 over 88 equals 3 over b. How can I solve it? 88 times 3, the same as 24 times b. Easy, guys? Okay. What about here? The 18 over 81. 18 over 81 equal p over 9. Cross multiplication. Okay. Write the percent of as a fraction. Very interesting lesson. The percents, remember? Okay, 88, I want to write it as a fraction. So 88% means what? Per 100. So this is, guys, per 100. I can leave it by that. Yes, and we can, what we can here, simplify. Simplify means divide it. So we divide both the numerator and the denominator by the same. So I will divide both sides by 4. Okay, the common here. So 88 divided 4 gives me 22. 100 divided 4 gives me that 25. Do we have here any common again? No, we don't. So this is the answer. What about here? 48%. 48% percent per 100. Okay, guys, divided by 4, divided by 4. So 4 divided by 4, 1. 8 divided by 4, 2. 100 divided by 4, 25. And this will be 10%, 1 over here 10. Why? Because we have 10%, 10 per 100. So we have 0, cancel with 0, 1 over 10. Easy and interesting too. Okay, let's have another question. What percent of 120 is 72? Okay, listen to me carefully here. What percent, okay, of 120 is 72? Okay, so we have got here the rule. I have here 72 of what? 120. 72 of what? 120. What percent? So I'm asking about the percent over 100%. So I will do what? Cross multiplication. Yeah. So 120% equal what? 72 times 100. So 72 times 100, 72, 0, 0, and I got here 120p. 0 goes with 0, and we got here divided by 12, divided by 12. So I have here, what do you think, guys? I need here to divide it by 12, and here divided by here 12. 12 divided by 12 gives me 1, and we have here 720. 72 divided 12 gives me 6, and we will add the 0. So the here, what percent? The percent here is what? 60%. 60%. Okay, and another question. Okay, we want to solve as much as we can together. 12 is 40%. Is 40%, okay, guys, of what number? Okay, so 12 is 40%. 40% of means multiply what number? 12 is 40%. What's 40%? It means 0.40. Okay, guys, 40%, 40 divided 100, it's 0.40 times what? Here, this is the required. Let it be with B. So I will here move here the 0.40 to the, okay, I have here, what should I do? Okay, we have here multiplication. So should we move it here? Of course not. I'm going to do what? Yes, I'm going to do the inverse. The inverse of the multiplication is what? Is dividing. I'm going to divide by the coefficient 0.40, and here 0.40. So B will be 30. B will be 30. Okay, let's have another here question. A shoe salesperson sells a pair of shoes for $60. The salesperson receives a 9% commission on the sale. How much is the commission now? Very, very interesting one. So a shoe salesperson sells what? Pair of shoes for $60. The salesperson receives how many commission? 9% of the sale. How much is the commission? So I'm going to take the $60 multiplies by the commission here, the percentage of the commission. Okay, so 9% times here 60. What about 9%? 9 over 100. So this is 0.09. I have here how many zeros? 2. So I will move up 2. Put my decimal point here, and this is the 0. 0.09 multiplies by 60. So I will ignore here the decimal here points, and then do what, guys? 9 times 60 gives me 54. 54 and the 0 of the 60, right? Then I have here how many decimal places? 1, 2. 1, 2, and put here my decimal point. 5.40, which is the same 5.4. This 0, as I told you before, has no meaning after the decimal point here. Easy, guys? I think it is. So the combustion here is 5.40 or 5.4. Easy? I think it is. Let's complete together. Okay. Yes, this one. Okay. This is the same idea, guys. 94 is 17% of what number? Yes, this is also important here. Match the question with the correct equation. 94 is 17% of what number? 94 is, okay, 17%. 17% is the same as 0.17, guys. By here, of what number? Let the number be any variable. So this is B, of course. What percent of 94? What percent of 94%? Of 94 of here means what in this situation? Multiply. Okay, gives me 17, is 17. What number is 17% of 94? What number is? So he asks me about the number. What number is 17%, 0.17, okay, of 94. Of here means what? Multiply. Okay, so we have another thing here. The table shows here the results of a survey that asked students how many siblings, brothers and sisters they have. Display the data in circle graph. So we got here what a new here graph that's here by using the circle. Okay, we have here 10% for none, 1 40%, 2 25%, 3 or more 25%. Find the angle measure of each section. So we have here the angles. The total of angles, we know that the total of angles on one circle gives me what? 360. And I have here 10%. If I ask about the none will be 10% multiply here 360. So 10% means what? 0 means here 10 over 100. So I got here 1 over 10, which is 0. What? 0.10 times 360. Okay, what about here? Okay, what about here, guys? Here I want to show you how I will solve it. Then I ignore the decimal point, and then 10 times here 360. Then I add here 0 and 0, 2 zeros. Then I will consider the decimal point. We have here 2 decimal places, 1, 2. Then I put here my decimal point. So it will be 36 here, 36 degree. Easy one. What about the 40%? I'm going to do the same. I'll take the 40% multiplies 360. 0.40 times 360 and do the same steps. Okay. And I will do it for all the girls, boys, and what you see here. What's the percent of increase from 8 to 13? So this is very important question. He asks me about the increase from 8 to 13. We have here a rule we have to memorize. The percentage of change here is the amount of change all over the original amount of increase or decrease all over the original. Remember with me this. So what I should know now, that the amount of increase here is what? It's from 8 to 13. What about the amount of increase? The difference between the big number, the greater number, than the smaller number or the less number. So 13 minus 8 all over the original. I started from what? 30 from here. From the original is the number after the word from. So 13 minus 8 gives me 5 all over 8. And I can here, he asks me about the percentage. Listen to me, guys. 5 over 8 and asks you about the percentage. So I have to convert it into what? I have to convert it into multiples of 10. and I know that 8 times what, guys? 125 gives me 1000. Remember that? What I do down, I do up. 5 times 125 gives me 625. 1 2 3 1 2 3, it will be what? I have here 0.625 as what? 0.625 as decimal. But remember, he doesn't want here decimal, he wants percent. What do you mean percent? Let's do it with another color to make it clear for you. Here percent, I need here just 2 zeros. Cancel 1 0 0 with one here, what? One movement. So the answer is 62.5. That's what I did here. I didn't convert it into decimal. No, I have here 1000 and I needed 100. So cancel 1 0 and move just one movement. 62.5 what, guys? Percent. Okay. Okay, let's have another one here. A taco company puts 24 taco shells in every box. Recently, the company expanded the box and put 25% more shells in each box. How many shells are in every box now? So, here I want to know what, guys? The amount of increase. So, I have here 25% of 24. Here he asks me 25 more shells in each box. So I'm going to know the amount of increase. It's 25% of 24. 0.25 of 24. Okay, remember, I'm going to here multiply 25 times 24 and then here use the decimal point as I told you before. So the amount of increase here is what? What do you think? Is 6. Okay, then he asks you about what, guys? He asks me about how many shells are in every box now after increase. We started with 24 and then the increase was the 6 here, so I will add it to the 24, the original amount, so it will give me 30 now. I think it's very easy and interesting. So let's complete here. Finding, now we reached until the sale price. Remember, guys, this lesson was very interesting lesson. You can buy a pair of jeans that is 30% off the original price. Of what? Of the original price was $29. What's the sale price? Okay, it's easy. First of all, I'll find the discount. First of all, guys, I will find the discount. The discount here is what? The discount here, 30% here off. So I'll take the 30% and multiply it by the original here price, which is 29. Then I'll get here 8.7, and I told you how. Okay, in the previous examples, how to multiply the decimal by the whole number or the percentage. After that, he asks me about the sale price. What should I pay now after the sale? So, what do you think I will deduct or here take away 8.7 from the original or add? Of course, I'm going to take away the 8.7 from the original, right? The original price. Okay, that's why I'm paying less. I have to pay what, guys? I have to pay less. When I hear subtract decimal from a whole number, I will do this. I will put here 29.0. Why? Because I have to put here 8.7 under each here other. Remember this well. 0 minus 7 can't be 10 minus 7, 3. 8 minus 8 gives me 0 and 2 here, 20.3. This is important. Yes, it is. Find the value of y, and we also here this quarter we talked about some geometry, and it was so interesting lesson here. I have here what? Let's see together. Find the value of y. Okay, so I told you here we have y, the external, yes, the external here, the external angle, and I have here all the angles inside the angle is called interior. I know that y equal what? Equals 90 degree plus the 55 degree. This is a method. We have another method. If I know that here we have, can you see this y, and this is 35 45 degree, so they are supplementary angles because they share here the same side. So we have 35 plus y gives me, yes, adjacent angles or supplementary angles. 35 plus y gives me 180 degree. So y equals what? Y equals 180 minus 35 goes to the other side by negative, minus 35. So y equal 154 degrees. I have here, if you know that the value here of angle, okay, measure of angle 2 is 120. This is 120. What's measure of angle 4? What do you think, guys? I have vertical opposite angles. To each two opposite angles are, yes, are congruent, so they are equal in measure. So I have here 4 equal 120 here degree. Okay, guys, remember the last thing I want to tell you about, if I have here two parallel lines like this, okay, and I have here intersecting here lines, so if I say this is 120 degrees and I need to know the value of x, what do you think, guys? Of course, x here is 120 degrees because what? Because we have, do you remember? Corresponding angles, because we have corresponding angles. So 120 equals to the same 120 corresponding angles. I hope you understood the lessons, all of the lessons. Remember the complementary angles, okay? Remember the last thing, the complementary angles gives me, yes, 90 degree. The complementary angles gives me 90 degree, remember that, and the supplementary angles gives me 180 degrees. I hope you understood everything. Thank you, guys, for listening. Bye bye.